Hey guys, welcome to the SimRacingPaddock. I'm William Marsh, and it is time for week 4 in our Mazda MX-5 Cup Sim Racing Systems Championship. This week, we are going to be racing at the Paul Ricard Test Track Circuit at the World Touring Car Championship configuration. Now, I don't know this track that well, so I want to get a little bit of practice in before we kick off. So let's do a quick practice session. So if we go this direction, we should be able to pull up Paul Ricard World Touring Car Championship. And then we'll just test like this, turn off display capture, start the session. And we should be able to get a few laps in before the race starts. So I'm hoping we do okay, but we still have a little learning to do on this track. If you guys were watching my F1 2018 stream onto PC, you saw that I struggled a bit here. Fortunately, this car's a little slower. You get a little more margin for error, which I think will come in handy. Except we need to adjust our SimuQ profile because we are in our F1 2018 profile. We need to swap over to our Assetto Corsa profile. So let's do that real quick. Assetto Corsa, and we're good to go. Hello, Thaddeus and Gabri. How's it going today? So let's leave the pits right now. So first off, we have this tight corner, and then we go through this bend, so that cuts out a little bit of the normal circuit for this track. And then we keep going, brake here, flip that curb, go out here, not too wide like I just did. That part is the most confusing corner combination in all of sim racing, I think. It could be so easy to accidentally just take the wrong way, I think. Thanks, Whitechapel, for that. So, RAM question, how are the audio levels? Do I need to turn down anything? Let me know. It looks like car audio might be a little on the higher side, so let's turn that down a bit. So we're just trying to get some heat-end tires right now. Not sure how well we'll do, but we'll just at least try to have fun. Because bottom line, that's what matters. Drift and a little wide. Okay, now let's get serious, try to put down a lap. I haven't really watched too many of Arva's videos. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that, but he seems to be fairly competent at F1 2018, and in F1 games in general. So he has more experience than me in those titles, and I think he would honestly be a better driver than me in those games. I tend to not really know F1 circuits as well as other people. So when I was talking about Paul Ricard, I don't know that too well. Singapore, I bet I would be complete garbage at. So those kinds of tracks, I'm not really that great at. There's a few tracks that I'm really good at, a few tracks I'm horrible at, and I think the majority of F1 tracks, particularly in the Asian bloc, I don't think I'd be as good in. So I'd say because he has more experience, I think Arva would be a better driver. And that's one of the things. Treat titles differently, like different cars to try to learn. So thinking about how it is with Assetto Corsa's cars have their own decent handling characteristics. R-Factor 2 has their own handling characteristics. iRacing has different cars with different handling characteristics, and some of the handling characteristics are baked into different games. And the thing is that if you learn all those different handling characteristics baked into different titles, I think that I would realistically say you could be good in one title, horrible in another. So I remember at times there were situations where World Championship caliber drivers in R-Factor 2 that knew the limits of everything, they would struggle a little bit in iRacing and vice versa, things like that. But ultimately, if you learn how the title works, how it functions, then I think you could do well. So if I was to build a track car, what car would I use? I think I would use an older Miata. Possibly like that. That would be a fun car. Maybe something in the way of maybe a Caterham kit car. I've seen a couple of those stateside. That could be fun as a track day car. It wouldn't be good as a daily driver. I think it's just impractical, but I think it would be fun as a track day car. Hate this track so much. You are not the only one, Kev. You're not the only one. I still just can't get a handle on it. Sideways. Well, we'll see how this goes. So, okay, you heard my thoughts. That is a fun question. Okay, so, I'd like to hear your thoughts. If you were to have your own track car, what would you pick? And if you do have a track car, what is it? So, why don't you talk amongst yourselves and let us know what car you either have or would like to have as a track day car. So that was a 151 lap time. Cheap car you can wreck. Fun fact, my 9th grade science teacher, he had, I want to say it was a Z05 track day car. He had it was either Z05 or early Z06. I want to say it was Z05 though. But yeah, he had one of those. So 5th generation or 6th generation Corvette, and he had that as a track day car. In his classroom, he had a picture of him taking on a track day at Thunderhill. Okay, you can almost take that corner flat at least. That's nice to know. Let's take a wider entry. Might be too wide. Oh, that corner's killing me. Gotta figure this out. This track is so confusing. Well, that's gonna drop us down to the 150s at least. And again, what I've talked about with this car, you are going to have to really keep the momentum up. Richard, I am practicing right now. This is a practice session. So I'm just practicing, trying to learn the track. In about 20 minutes, the server is going to open up, and that'll take us into a couple minutes of practice, then qualifying, and then the 30-minute race. I mean, not 30, 20-minute race. By the way, guys, I have exciting news. I've heard a lot of your requests. I've talked to Henrique, next season, we are going to be using the RSS GT1. So the RSS GT1 will be the next car that we are running in the Sim Racing System Championship. So if you have that car, you might want to start practicing, because that is a tough car to drive. Except, word of warning, we are not going to be running the, I think it's the Ferruccio 55. I don't think we are going to be running the Ferruccio 55 because that car is basically in a class of its own and really wrecks with the balance of performance. So we are going to have a new championship coming in a few weeks. And also, it sounds like I might also take part in my first Sim Racing System Automobilista Championship. So if you have AMS, you might want to look into joining that as well. So that could be a lot of fun too. So that's down to 148. That felt decent in terms of racing line. A little over rev right there. We're okay though. Let's try flat out. Or no, had to crack the throttle a bit. Twin Twix, it depends on who you know, what generation MX-5 you want. One of my friends, he was selling a Generation 1 MX-5 for $1,000, had a couple issues. Then one of my friends, who's a mechanic, he bought it, ended up flipping that car for, I want to say, $2,500 in working condition, I should say. So you could buy an MX-5 for $2,500, and depends how hard you want to go. Depends on how hard you want to go, and then if you want to replace tires, how often to replace tires, upgrading to a higher grade clutch, things like that. So I'd say to get the car track day ready or even SCCA ready, it would be maybe like $4 or $5 grand, depending on the situation. And then also focusing on replacing tires, I'd say maybe like $300, $400 a set. So it depends. But that's like if you want to do a Generation 1 Miata for that low price I saw before, that one of my friends was selling one for. If you are looking for a newer Miata, it could easily get pricier. But if you're looking to do the casual track day, it could be less expensive. For example, I recently installed a Stage 2 clutch in my GTI. So theoretically, if I wanted to take my helmet, take my car to the track, and do a track day, I could do it. But apparently, Sonoma Raceway is one of the more expensive tracks to track day. I want to say it costs about $300 to take my car out on the track, which is pretty pricey. So I may end up trying to take it to, say, like Thunderhill someday. Thunderhill could be fun. It's a little further away, so it'd be like a full day trip, but that's an option. Willow Springs is about 400 miles away from me. Willow Springs is pretty far, unfortunately. Maybe someday if I'm visiting family in Southern California, I could look into Willow Springs track days. Wow, that was a big skid. But actually, one other option that could be a good experience for getting a track day on, I'd say look into the 24 Hours of Lemons. 24 Hours of Lemons is a championship where you take a cheap crap car that's basically on death's door, and you can actually soup it up, put it on the track, and race, actual legit racing. A few of my friends who actually are part of CXC Simulations, I believe even Sean Cole, he's done 24 hours of Lemons before, and it's a fun experience. I got to watch Chris Considine and a couple of the other people from CXC Simulations, and they actually took an old beat up E30 series BMW. I want to say it was actually a BMW wagon, and they actually nicknamed it the Pussy Wagon. And they had it painted yellow, purple letters on it. It's a lot of goofy cars, and it's a fun experience. And they actually had to repair their own car during the race, so it's an interesting experience. And I'm a little wide right there, my bad. But yeah, so 24-hour Lemons, and the thing is, you split the cost between friends because it's an endurance race, so you're not going to do all the driving solo. You'll likely split amongst friends. I want to say they had 3 or 4 people driving, and it cost each of them around $1,000 to $1,200 each. So it's a little on the pricier side for a race if you buy the car and stuff, but hey, it could be a great experience to actually get on a track. But yeah, actually, I did a project on the 24 hours of Lemons for my journalism class a couple years ago. That was a lot of fun. Okay, let's try to put a good lap down. This car likes to slide on this track, I'm noticing. It just seems like these tires have issues heating up. It is currently 5:40 p.m. here, 5:40 p.m. 20 minutes, but you need to sign up within 15 minutes. Races in 20 minutes, sign up closes in 15, I think. I'm likely not going to do well this race. So what are my thoughts on the new RTX graphics card? I was going to make a thought on the video, but what I've been seeing, the general consensus is the price does not outweigh the benefits. The price does not outweigh the benefits of the card right now, where with how it works, the ray tracing and stuff, or at least in the demos right now, they were saying that like Shadow of the Tomb Raider, they were doing the RTX demo with a 2080 Ti, which is the $1,200 graphics card, and they were getting between 30 to 40 frames per second with the ray trace shadows enabled. And that is just kind of a joke in my opinion. Sure, the ray trace shadows and reflections look beautiful, but still, being at a sub 60 frame rate, that is just poor. People aren't going to want to spend $1,200 to play a game in 30 frames per second. Ultimately, they'll likely just turn off the ray trace shadows so they can get above 60 frames per second. And yeah, that completely defeats the purpose of the new RTX. So it's that kind of thought. I'd say realistically, this generation, stick with the 10 series. If you have the 10 series, and I've been noticing great price cuts on the 10 series already. I was noticing certified B-stock cards from EVGA on sale recently, like a 1080 graphics card for about $320. So you could buy a 1080 graphics card for under $350. To put in perspective, for my 1080, I paid about $530 in the middle of 2017, I believe. So middle 2017, I bought the 1080 for $530. For $200 less, that's a no-brainer. You get great performance. And consider that the RTX 2080 is now about 2 to 3 times the price. I can't really justify that. So it's that thought process. There is no 1180 Ti. They jumped from 1080 to 20 series. So 10 series to 20 series. The 2080 Ti is roughly $1,300 US. So that is steep. That definitely is a steep price. So yeah, I'd say now we're going to start seeing the 10 series graphics cards start to get discounted a bit, hopefully. And I think that will be where the great deals are. I can't really think of any good reason right now to justify a new 20 series graphics card right now. Unless you're in maybe like video production or something. But apart from that, I think still stick with the 10 series. 10 series will be on sale, and I think you'll be just fine. But yeah, it'll be interesting seeing how Assetto Corsa Competizione performs with ray trace shadows, but I think that's going to be more of a gimmick than anything, realistically. So someone was asking Top Gear versus Grand Tour. So I'd say Top Gear back when it was Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond, and James May. And then Grand Tour Season 2 was a lot of fun to watch. We'll see how Grand Tour Season 3 is, but interesting enough, what are your thoughts on the Grand Tour video game coming out soon? So apparently there's going to be a video game coming out for PS4 and Xbox One. It looks like kind of shovelware in my opinion, but it'll be interesting to see how it is. It looks like it's going to be an episodic design racing game. Hopefully it isn't complete garbage, but who knows. But it was interesting seeing that. It wasn't a mobile game. On the bottom it said Xbox One and PlayStation 4. But yeah, I'd be surprised if it was even like a decent cohesive racing game. But if you guys go on drivetribe.com, they had some information about it. A mobile game port, fair enough. So at least I think we're starting to get a little bit of a handle on this, but I'm still struggling at this track. I think a lot of drivers are going to struggle a bit at least. I don't think I'm going to be the only one. I don't think it'll be on PC. Didn't see any indication it was going to be on PC. Do you think new tire model will revolutionize iRacing? I have no clue at this point. They've gone through so many different tire model iterations that I'm kind of sort of jaded when it comes to new tire model from iRacing. It's like, well, really? I want to say new tire model V5 or V6 felt really good. V5 or V6 felt really good in my opinion. From there, I just kind of found myself a little jaded. I was like, really? What are the improvements? Not really noticing anything. But actually, when R Factor 2 had their recent tire model upgrade, I wasn't going to expect much, but then boom, I noticed, wow, it's actually a really good upgrade. Oh! That kind of snapped out on me. I got a little too greedy over the curve. But yeah, when R Factor 2 had their new tire model upgrade with the GTE pack, and then it switched to the GT3 cars, I was kind of shocked at how good it felt. The slip and everything, it felt a little more believable, and it was great. So that surprised me, but iRacing, their new tire model releases, it just seems like a lot less fanfare, and I think that's for good reason. You don't really notice too much. Maybe when iRacing finally implements flat spotting, that could be a big thing, because you can have a massive tire lockup in iRacing, and it just doesn't seem like it'll upset the balance of the car too much. You could have like a good 500-foot lockup and still not have a big problem, and that just seems off to me. But iRacing, it does seem like they're going in the right direction. I saw on their Instagram they had a teaser, first teaser for AI coming. So AI is going to be coming. They had a teaser showcasing, I think it was Porsche GT3 Cup, and they were testing it out, and actually it looked pretty good. AI seemed a little on the aggressive side, but it seemed like they're handling in the right direction. We'll see what happens further on, but that'll be exciting. I'm really hoping to get day-to-night transition soon, though, because it just seems weird doing a 24-hour endurance race without day-to-night transition. So let's hoping that goes well. The new damage model, that's one of the things I'm really excited for. We will see that parts will finally come off. And it seems like they had to really change a lot of the core of the simulation to get that damage model implemented. So I'm giving them props for that. I'm excited to see how that will work out and how we'll see everything get put together. From that early beta video, it looked like there were a couple things that need to be refined, but so far it looked pretty great. Okay, so one more lap, and then we will jump out of here and wait for the session to begin. And I'm guessing that the fast cars are going to be pulling like 144, 143s, I bet. I'm just way off, I think. But hey, it'll be fun. This corner is just so unusual with this car. Okay, you're lapping in 145, so you're clearly doing something better than I am. Maybe let's look up in the setup market actually real quick. See if there's anything there. Thank you, Angel and Pavel, thanks for subscribing. So no setups for this combo, okay. Alright, so let's hop out. It's 5:51 p.m. right now, so let's hop out and let's go to the lobby, see how many people have signed up, and get ready to rumble. Okay. SRS. So let's take a quick look at the standings while we have a bit of time. So we are in the Mazda MX-5 Cup. And let's do a quick reminder of last race, which was Brands Hatch. We were in the top split of Brands Hatch. And we finished in the top 10. So that was a fun event. I want to say on the second lap, we got knocked off the track, dropped all the way back to, I think, 17. And then we fought our way back up to a top 10 spot. Key 20, Kevin Vanit Kakum. I apologize for mispronouncing that last name. He was in the race too. He made a pretty cool YouTube video on his side of the race. So if you want to check out his video, I highly recommend you check out Key 20's video. He's just getting started in the sim racing channel scene. So why not drop by his channel, give him a like, and maybe a sub too. So we have 38 drivers registered so far. This is going to be an intense race. So looks like we are in the top split again, so that should be fun. All right, Sons, Andrew, should be fun. So you got 7th. Let's see. That's 1 Andrew. Andrew Karen, there you are. Okay, so who knows? Maybe in this race you will get your rating up to above 500. Fingers crossed. Let's see how that goes. And yeah, so one of the nice things is we are seeing a lot more racers from America taking part in Sim Racing System. That was one of the reasons Henrique wanted me to take part in the series. He wanted to try to bring more American people into Sim Racing System because iRacing has a great American following. Assetto Corsa through Sim Racing System didn't have it as much, and I think this is a great system. It's not perfect, but it works well. And it's nice seeing more Americans. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 people signed up from the United States alone. Add in some Canadians like Andrew and Wilson in here. So we have that presence. We have a Brazilian people in here, and I mean a lot of Brazilians. So we have Eduardo. Eduardo is freaky fast, I'll say that. So Eduardo's in here, Romulo, Aeneas, Andrew, Akira, Antoniello, I think that's how you pronounce it, Felipe. So yeah, a lot of Brazilians in here. So I have no clue what time it is in Brazil, but I guess we have a decent presence there. But yeah, this should be an exciting event, I think, guys. Should be fun. We're inside the 5-minute mark, so the signups are closed now. Let's check real quick. We have 41 people in here. 41 people. Should be fun. And we'll say a quick hello to all the people from Brazil. So, hello Brazilian viewers and or racers. This should be a lot of fun. Okay, it's 10 p.m. in Brazil, so great time for racing. Why not? And I apologize in advance. You've seen me practicing. I don't know the track too well, so we might accidentally hit someone. I'm just going to apologize in advance. Let's hope I don't, but there is that little chance. First turn in this track is brutal. Also, I'm wondering about this sweeper right here. This sweeper and then through here. I'm anticipating, I think some cars are going to run wide and there could be contact. So let's hope for the best, but we might brace for the worst. But hey, that's the fun of racing. Sometimes there are tracks you just suck at. And I think this is one of those. We'll see if I can improve. Kevin is running, he said 145s. So I might shoot for that time. We'll see how that is. Kevin, you're decently fast at least, I think. Does R Factor also have SRS? I believe R Factor 2 does, but also Automobilista does. So I was announcing a little earlier. It sounds like there might be a chance that I do an Automobilista championship in addition to Assetto Corsa. So Henrique was saying that he is interested in having me possibly do a collaboration championship where it's SimRacingPaddock versus SimForce. SimForce is another channel. Honestly, I haven't really watched much of it, but he said that he might be interested in having me take part in that. So SRP versus SimForce, and see how that goes. I have no clue what car I'd be running, but could be an interesting championship. Race Room also has sim racing system, so there are a few Race Room championships in SRS which also work pretty well from what I've heard. I haven't done it myself though in Race Room, unfortunately. Okay, Gabriel, that was an interesting place to stop. So let's see how this goes. So third gear here, maybe. Can't log into Automobilista races. Don't know why. Maybe if you contact Henrique, either through Facebook or the contact form, maybe. Had lunch with a Hall of Fame racer of a different type. Hack day. That's cool, man. Yeah, I think my most famous local racer, and by local I mean within maybe 25 miles, would likely be Mamo Gidley. So Mamo Gidley, he wrote those Go-Kart Speed Secrets books, where it was like the Secrets of Speed, so one of those instructional books, but also he was known in, I think, 2014 for that absolutely horrible crash that broke his legs and his back. And he took 3 years to recover, and he's finally getting back on tracks. It's a remarkable comeback story, and hopefully he does well for himself. But yeah, he had that insane accident at the 24 Hours of Daytona, and he broke his back, had like 6 surgeries or something like that to recover. So that was a remarkable story. I got to see him drive on the Sonoma Raceway go-kart track around last summer, and he is insanely quick still. I will say that. He is bad fast. SRS, I do not believe it's in Project Cars 2. I was struggling here. Okay. Just got punterinoed. So I must be doing something wrong in that corner if he was carrying so much speed that he would hit me. I don't know. Oh, Kev, that stinks. So I think I must be doing something wrong in that corner. That would be my guess. Kev, go into the server browser in Assetto Corsa and look up, it should be SimRacing System, Mazda MX-5 here, so you should be able to rejoin through the server browser. Do not join through the SimRacing System app, join through the SRS server, or not SRS server, the Assetto Corsa server browser. You should be able to join back in that way. And don't worry about password or anything. Just try to join through there. Because I had a similar instance a couple of weeks ago where I accidentally quit out and I was able to join back in through there. So I think as long as you rejoin before qualifying ends, you should be good. Give that a try. Okay, so should switch to qualifying in a few seconds, though. I want to see if we can figure out what I'm doing wrong in this corner series, though. That was better. All right, Kevin, good to hear, man. Let's hope you can stay in. So I'm going to adjust my fuel level because that's a little high. Yeah, Kev, that's the smart thing because that will give you a little more. So, yeah. Do I plan to have an endurance race in iRacing? Possibly. I would need to get a decent group of people, guaranteeing they're going to be in, though. So I might try to do a sign up through the SimRacingPaddock forums or something like that, and I'll try to let people know about it. But that would be an event that I would actually plan. It would not be something that's spontaneous. I want to start planning more events and seeing how that goes. So let's see how this car handles with less fuel. Whoa, almost hit that barrier. Let's stay calm. I'm just gonna lag back a bit, so they're dragging the brake a bit, but they're not the example I should be following, I guess. That's kind of how you take that corner. He's going wide. So let's see how this goes. I'm not too optimistic, though. I'm just being perfectly honest. I'm planning on doing some stuff like that, Brian. I am planning on that. I will let people know a little further. I'm planning on doing like a channel update once I hit 20,000 subs. So once I hit 20,000 subs, I want to do like a big video talking about some future plans, maybe some series or a league, putting together a sim racing paddock team. Already, regular watcher Jamal Gondor, he mentioned that he'd be interested in joining, and he's been on GT Academy, so that could be a good teammate. I cannot get this corner though! Oh man. So confusing! But yeah, my goal would be to hit 20,000 by end of October. We'll see how that goes, but... Whoa! Okay, for the record, he did not hit me. I just lost it under trail braking. Just wanted to say that. So 144 from Sky. Yeah, we're off. My goal's top 10 this race. Giving him room to pass. And he didn't. Y'all see what I can do for recruitments for racing teams. And speaking of racing teams, I just want to give a shout out to the SimPids Orange Endurance team. In their first ever race as a team, they take home the class win in their iRacing 24 Hours of Le Mans. That was a great race to watch, and I'm happy for them. They did some great racing. I will say that. Made it enjoyable. Little wide there. Wow, we're behind. 17th place, oh boy. I mean, if we get a good lap here, we'll make up some ground, at least. That was way, way messed up. Slideways. From 18th. Still in 18th. Dang. I thought we were going to jump up a bit. Oh my gosh. That barrier was rock solid. Oh my gosh, that barrier was a lot more solid than I anticipated. This is not going to be a good race, guys. I was expecting that barrier to give a little bit, but I guess that is a third-party track for you. Let's try this setup-wise. We're not going to have enough time to lay down another lap, unfortunately. You have to brake before the corner gets tighter on the darker marks. Okay. We'll see how this goes. Just want to try to learn the track right now. So this seems like a flat out portion. Let that slide a bit. Get the tires warmed up a bit. So we'll see how this goes. Just wish for the best, guys. That's all we can really do. That just always throws me off. So here's the dark marks here. Drag the brake a little bit. That was a good exit. Joking, race hasn't started yet. Don't worry. Just the end of qualifying. But we are struggling. Pole sitter gets... Focus on the exit. Cold tire pressures, 15 psi, as low as they can go. Literally. Okay, so countdown for the race. Make sure we fill up all right. 10.8 laps should be good, I think. Qualifying, or wait, no, 143. 15, that'll be fine. So let's see how this goes, guys. Wish me luck. I am going to need it. We have qualified 18th place out of, I think, 24, maybe 22. Way to rub it in, Kevin. Oh my gosh, this is a traffic jam. I'm 3 wide? Oh my gosh. Oh, spinner. There we go. Little bump on Gabriel. Hold it on the outside. I can't hold it off the line too much. Oh my gosh, that slide shot from Rob. Oh boy, a little punt right there. Eduardo Saw has disconnected. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. He spun, I had nowhere to go. Oh my gosh. Ah! Look where you're going, man. Look where you're going. I mean, I'm at a loss for words right now because of that. Literally just drove right into the middle of the track into me. I was trying to get turned down. This is an absolutely insane race. I mean, I was on the inside. I mean, I could have gone a little more inside, but I was already inside of him going into the corner. Diving in a bit. Whoa! And he flashes me after rear-ending me. Okay. Okay. Not sure why 17th place just decided to go into the blue. Assetto Corsa does work on SRS. I botched that corner big time. Okay, could not outbrake him there. I freaking love my OSW. It legitimately can get me out of some binds, and whoa, Nelly. There's 2 spots. Can we go for 3? Oops, side draft. Yeah, the inside line, he has a better run. His aerodynamics aren't totally screwed like mine. Oh, oh, an Azier has spun. I've gotten wrecked, I think, 3 times this race already. I was in 20th at... Ah! Oh my gosh! Save it, save it, save it! Wow. Okay. That literally came out of nowhere. Literally. And boom. Gained 5 positions that lap. Wow. That was eventful. Very eventful indeed. Need to calm down a bit. My incident points for this race are, it's going to be high. Oh, wow, I've gone like, so that's 4 times I think being wrecked this race. I'm losing track. Ooh, Norman, that sounds like fun. I may get past here. I mean, I'd say one of the wrecks might be my fault. I'll admit that. See how we do this lap. This next corner just, it honestly scares me a bit. I just can't get a handle on it. That was a little better. So, wow, we lost over a second in that corner. I'm trying to drive clean, I just don't know this track. Bad drive off. I'm hating this track. Almost came to a stop there. This is a bad track to race on. I didn't pick this one, unfortunately. This was one of Henrique's choices, but I'm trying to learn the track. Much easier said than done. That corner, though, just messes me up. I'm going to lose a spot right here. Here we go. Can't really defend right now. 7 minutes left of this hell. Oh boy! I might have pinched down on him. Ah! I don't know. I thought he was braking early. I heard the brakes. I turned in like I normally was, and he was there. I'm like, if he watches the stream after, I'm sorry, man. I thought he was braking earlier. Okay, let's keep going. I need to learn to start using the full track more. I'm not using 3 screens right now. I'm just using single one because it's less of a GPU usage while I'm streaming. Because the GPU, basically, it uses a little bit of the GPU while streaming, and with triple screens, really, it is something that it might take too much GPU usage and wouldn't allot much for streaming. So let's try this. Oh, almost got loose there. There we go. Decent corner there. Also, I need to reinstall my 3rd screen. Finally got my replacement monitor, so I can do my triple screen setup again. One of my AOC 27-inch monitors died, so I needed to get a replacement. That's why I haven't been doing triples lately. Someone must have quit. We're in 14th now. Huh. Couple cars in the pits. Interesting. Ah, a little over rev of the engine. But now you see how damaged my car is. That's one of the reasons I can't close in on anyone. Ah. Like my front arrow is gone right now. It's a miracle I'm putting half-decent lap times. I don't think I have suspension damage. Well, hold on. Car's pulling to the left a bit, so Yeah, some damage. I don't think I'm going to buy an RTX anytime soon. I think it's overpriced for what you get. Ray tracing is kind of a gimmick right now. They're like the performance when ray tracing shadows are on, it takes a massive hit. So I don't think it's worth it right now. I was rambling on a little bit about it right now. But yeah, I just don't think it's worth it for the price tag it is right now. I'm guessing they did the higher price tag maybe to try to fend off miners, but it's coming at the expense of the gamers. That's what I'm wondering. But yeah, I've been seeing 1080s on sale for under $300, which is just nuts. And I think that's a great deal. Yeah, my car is beat up right now. I mean, I might try contacting Nvidia, see if they want to send me a review sample, and if that is the case, if it truly is a better value, then I'd be more likely to endorse it for you guys. But with what I've seen so far, I'm not too impressed. I'll put it that way. No, StratCat, the 1080 with 8 gigabytes. The 1080 Ti has the 11 gigabytes. The standard 1080 has 8 gigabytes. Sometimes I wish I went with the 1080 Ti because I could have used the extra video RAM. Okay, we're gonna have one lap to go. Leaders on final lap. Looks like the other cars are about 5 seconds back. Or 5.5 seconds. So let's get a good lap in. A little loose right there. ACC will have ray trace shadows. They unveiled that at Gamescom, I think yesterday or 2 days ago. Well, this was a painful race. I think it could have gone a lot worse though. Because we started at about 17th, I think. We started maybe 17th or so. Fought our way up to about 12th. Got knocked all the way back to 20th. And now it looks like we're going to finish, I think, 14th. Because once people drop out, the positions aren't accurate. So I think we are going to finish 12th. And I apologize for some of the contact because I think some of that contact was legitimately my fault. Where maybe I turned in onto someone or something like that. But all things considered, I'm proud of that finish. I'll look at the replay and see what happened, but oh man. That race hurt a bit. So let's see. We finished 14th. 14th. I'll take it. I'll take 14th. So let's take a look at display capture, and we'll go into the replay. So save replay, save selected, replay, Paul Ricard. I want to see what happened, because there was some events that really didn't go well. I'll call it that way. But yeah, with a car as damaged as we had, suspension damage, body damage, I'm pretty proud with what we got. So let's see. Here was where I think, or was it here? Okay, here. So we're going into the final corners, and one car's already off track. So we're going boom, and this guy, so he was starting to spin. I had no time to react here. So he's starting to spin, and unfortunately, I kind of finished it. So sorry, Johnny. That was a bit of a rough thing, because you can see here, car is gone for him by there. So let's see. About 1 second response time. I had nothing I could really do. That was unfortunate circumstance. But let's move forward to Casper, I think. So Casper, is that Casper? No, it is not. Because Casper, I think he got a view of the other stuff going on. So here, so behind, you just see chaos. So let's see. Oh yeah, this event got kind of nuts. So this was number 87. So see all this chaos. They're trying to dodge it, and he gets bumped from behind. And oh wow, that was a close call there. But yeah, that's just absolute chaos there. Whew. Let's go back to our car. So again, like we get, we have to make a U-turn, and I come back on track and I see this. It's just absolutely nuts, and does. I have no explanation for why he would do that. So here, we're coming back on track, or he's coming back on track. Boom! It's like, wow. I had no clue what to do there. Let's fast forward a bit. So at this point, we're in about 20. Like, we're in about 20th place right now, I think. And we're just cruising along, making some, or trying to make some passes. And there, that I think I'd call my fault. That would be my fault, I think. Where I'm diving on the inside, or actually, that's a racing deal. I'm diving in deep. I have a bumper on him, a bumper, so I could have easily lifted. He comes down. He doesn't see me there. I'm in his blind spot. But I gotta say, good driving on his part. Good part on Acier's driving to save that, because that was crazy circumstances. And then going further, so there was that big event where after a little while, Azier, like, so he bumped me there. I think for me, I cut the corner too tight. I cut the corner really tight, and I almost came to a stop. So I can't really put the fault on him. I was almost stopped on the track. I was a moving cone right there. So let's jump forward. Here, Acier, he's about to make the pass. I think, yeah, great move from Acer right there. That crossover to get the pass. I gotta say, he really, really, like, that was a good move. That was a good move there. So let's fast forward. And he has a much faster car, I think. He has a faster car. He has less damage than me. He has some damage, not too much. Right here, there's the craziness. So, 3-car, 4-car incident. So I get 1 pass, 2 pass. Here's number 3. So going on his outside. Little bump. I'm just trying to stay on the track. Here, he gets the run. He gets a much better run on the inside. I'm trying to keep it on track. Struggle a little bit. All things considered, this race went pretty well. This could have been much worse. So there, Acer, he is off track. Adios. With the car like this car has a shorter wheelbase. So Miatas like this are always on the snappier side. So here, that kind of was a racing deal. Because you guys saw my view. I saw he was going wide. So go into the cockpit view. I see him going wide. I should have anticipated him re-entering the track. And by the time I was exiting that corner, I didn't really know what was going on. I didn't realize that he was going to enter right there. But let's watch this slide I catch. So I catch this slide. Boom. And also, I think I may have hit Johnny. Again, that's the second time I hit Johnny. So, who's the other guy? Richard. I'm going to put the blame on me for that. So, sorry, Richard. I'm sliding. It looks like Johnny might have gone wide by himself. Because I didn't touch Johnny. He hits the curb and he goes wide. So, get back on track. And somehow, I am ahead of Richard right there. And, okay, I do not know what happened there. So, Johnny, he might have gone to slow down or something, pulls off the track, and he accidentally gets collected. So, interesting racing. And at this point, I think I am up to 15th. I want to say I'm in 15th after this one lap. One lap before I was in 20th, and now I'm in 15th, which was just, it was intense. But that's the thing. Even at a track that I think, in my opinion, I suck at, I got some decent racing. We got a tough car dealt to us in the first couple laps, which basically really messed up our car. But all in all, we were able to scrape away a decent finish. So fast forward. I don't know how much more eventful stuff we had, though. So he passes me right, or not right there, but he'll pass me shortly, right, like maybe in a lap or so, because he clearly had a faster car, I think. Except, that's me pulling away. I forget if he passed me or not. He might have. So let's jump forward. Okay, so he is hot on my tail right now. Right there, I make a mistake. He's closing in. And I'm making all sorts of mistakes, to be honest. I'm not doing well at this track. I'm really not. So he's going on my inside right there. I think he has the run. Long front straight. And consider my front aero is pretty trashed. His nose is relatively clean compared to mine, I think. So he's getting a lot better in right here. Okay, so this was where that incident happened. So that was where the incident happened. So I heard him braking early. So let's go back to this camera. So he was on Or wait, what did I just hit? Dang it. Why did I just press that? So here. So he's on my, or he's side by side with me, roughly. We're side by side. So right there, he brakes about a half second before me. And I'm thinking, okay, I have the corner. There's about 1 car length between us. So I'm easing in. And I think he just gets a much better roll. He phases through that cone there. He phases through that cone, strangely enough. Where, if you remember, I hit that cone and I got destroyed. He goes right through. And he gets a little tight and hits me. And I hate to say it, I think I'm going to say that he cut that corner a bit. And yeah, so I tried taking the preferred line. He might have gotten a little greedy. But hey, we ended up ahead. And I believe that was as clear as us getting to the finish. And we scraped away in 14th place. So, not the race I would have loved to show you guys. I would have loved to bring home a better finish, maybe a top 10. But considering everything that happened this race, I'm pretty glad to get a top 15. I could have easily finished last in this race with the amount of times I got involved in wrecks and everything. But hey, we've gotten out with a smile on our face. And I think, bottom line, this, could have gone a lot worse, could have been a lot better, but hey, at least we finished. So guys, thanks for watching. This was a lot of fun, even though this was a track that I'm horrible at. But next week should be a fun event. Let's take a look real quick and see what track we are at next week. So, let's go to the race tab. And we'll scroll down to the bottom. Next week is at Silverstone International. So, this should be a fun race. I'm decent at the track. I'm not great. I keep on finding myself trying to do the full Grand Prix circuit. But hey, bottom line, it should be a fun event. So, I'd love to see you take part. If you join at SimRacingSystem.com, load the app onto Assetto Corsa, I would love to see you take part next week. But until then, I'm William Mars for the Sim Racing Paddock, and you have a good one.